Salvage crews are finally positioned to start pumping oil off the stricken container ship Rena this morning. While sea conditions are calm today, the ship is still teetering on the Astrolabe Reef, and guess what? There's more bad weather on the way. Maori have long warned that an oil spill would devastate our coastline, and this week those fears have become real. Jody Ihaka has been on Maori Island off Tauranga, where residents are facing the brunt of the Rena disaster.
It's in there. Now, where are the booms? Do something.
Yeah, there've been a lot of angry because some are just taking it on their shoulders and not getting together and communicating.
I stay in Peppermoa in Alexander Place, and I've been here every morning waiting for somebody to train. And today the Maoris come from Rotorua and they said, sit by us. Well, you can be part of us today, you can be Maori. And I said, that's good, I'll be Maori today.
Unfortunately, when we got here, there was no one to help us, to train us in how to tackle this problem in a safe manner. So, Wairua Maori is just saying, get out there and do it, we didn't cause the problem, but if we are what we say, and if we are kaitiaki, then we shouldn't be at home with the remote. If your whakapapa says you're kaitiaki of the moana, of the nahere, well, this is the time to prove it.
Don't cry for us, cry for the land. That's the message the Tauranga Moana iwi are sending to the people of New Zealand. The snail-paced clean-up response from authorities didn't stop Maori from maintaining ancient traditions and ignoring all advice to stay off the beach.
Nobody has done nothing for Motiti. They're down here cleaning up because, this affects sea views and this affects money coming into the area. That's what the response is. When it affects the financial groups, when it affects people of a bourgeois, class, then they act.
The local people here in the mana movement said Papamoa's in dire straits. We need manpower and woman power, and we came down the beach and we hoped that we would get on, but we've been waiting for a few hours for trainers. No one arrived, but they've gone out anyway because they just want to get on and defend our land, really.
Maori Island is 21 kilometres northeast of Tauranga. The 2006 census shows 27 residents living in 18 homes, but locals say it's more like 100 now. Rena is a kilometre offshore, on the reef commonly known as Astrolabe, but Maori call it Otaiti. Kiriama Hoete was born and bred here. For 67 years he's been gathering kaimoana daily. The oil, at least 3 containers and chemicals used in the clean-up have impacted on the island's entire coastline.
I come down to bring you people down here to let the outside world how we feel about the island. We're quite sad about the island with the chips that's out there now, with all the paru, the hinu coming, drifting onto our shores. And for our kaimoana, the kaimoana was to us, to me, like a fridge. When you want kai, we just go down the beach and get just enough for a meal.
Who's been cleaning up that oil over there?
No, I've been down there 3 times. My first day down here to Ture, I come down there with a bucket. I got half a bucket of that oil slick. Oh,
did you have gloves on?
No, I didn't have gloves. I just bought our pliers out of my tool shed.
Show us your hands then. Has it affected your hands?
No, I always wash my hands every night. Yeah. If I haven't got wire, I do ting in the grass, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. No, the mere, I mean, the hunger of the mere, the smell is the worst thing. It comes into your body. Last night I was sleeping at home, I could still smell it. It seemed to go into your... Yeah.
It's almost like it's
You would have a bath, I'll run out of clothes.
Kiriyama's son Graham is a graffiti artist and photographer. He designed the All Hui No Dui poster that's gone viral.
It's a historic moment, for our Moutere, so it's sad, but, it's an opportunity for our whānau to show some strength and resilience as well.
While mainstream politicians posed for photo ops at Papamoa Beach, the Māori Party called for koha.
Thank you for being so open about things and where you stand. I'm glad the training is taking place and we're taking that part seriously so we don't put too many people at risk, but that they're trained. But I would think that the training for here might be different to the training for the beach.
For a little while there, I myself felt that we were being ignored because there was all talk about the Papamoa Beach in the Mount Maunganui Beach. And I thought, they're all right, they can pick up their oil, on the sand there. Over here we're surrounded with rocks and it's harder to clean up.
Today everyone will gather for prayer. They're not overtly religious on the island, but they gather every Sunday to sing and rejoice. Kiriyama will walk his dog Wepu, then pray for the All Blacks to beat Australia.
Kaua aroha mai kia mātou, kei te pai mātou o te motu nei, kaua aroha mai. Me aroha kei ki tō tātou whenua.
They talk about the most important thing is not them, it's this land, this island, the sea. And that's why I'm really overwhelmed by that feeling that they have, their comfort with that and their recognition of the disaster, but that they can clean it up.
Kiriyama says he has absolute faith in the Maori gods, Tangaroa, god of the sea, and Tawhiri Mātea, god of wind, to naturally repair the devastation caused by mankind.
Te Ururoa Flavel is the local Māori MP and he joins me now from Rotorua. Tēnā koe.
Tēnā koe, Shane.
Authorities have been criticised for being too slow to act, and yet Māori, on the other hand, as we've just seen, have been involved, have been active since day one. Are you happy with their response?
Having been in the control centre, I'm fairly clear that there was a lot of work needed to be done by the authorities to get a really good, clear picture of what was happening. So I'm comfortable with the fact that, sure, those things take time, but I'm really clear that they got the authorities in, or the expertise needed to assess the situation before action took place. In terms of the iwi effort, it's been awesome. Amazing that the people have come together on short notice, realising that this has got a huge impact on Te Takutai Moana, right through from Mōtiti, the people of Mōtiti, right from all the way from in Tauranga Moana all the way down to Ngāti Awa, so it's been great.
If we go back to the government's, the authorities' reaction or response, if you like, there is a perception that they were too slow to act and that they didn't have a plan.
Well, I think that'll come out probably once they review that.
But was that your gut feeling? You've been down on the ground since day one. Is that your gut feeling?
I'd have to say no. I'd have to say that from what I've seen, and I arrived there probably about on Sunday, was my first experience in the control centre. I think that they had to do a lot of assessment before they were able to take action. And in the end, people have said, well, what about getting the ships there to pump the oil off? Well, the fact is that the ships weren't there and it was going to take time to get it there anyway. The weather came in on top of that. But I'm fairly clear that they've done everything they can. And sure, it can always be better, but that'll come out at the end.
Do you think that there should be a moratorium on deep-sea oil drilling or even exploration?
I think that's appropriate at this point in time. I think most people would recognise that. It certainly highlighted the issues that have been raised in the recent past by Stefano Apanui, Ngāti Pro and so on with respect to oil drilling. But I mean, we've got to be realistic as well to know that there's over 3,000 ships travelling around this country carrying oil all of the time, and it just so happened at this point in time that, or 1 week ago, that a ship went up on a reef smack dead in the middle of it. Who would have suspected that in today's, with technology that's available for ships today? yesterday. You know, one would have thought that never happened, but it has, and I think it's meant that the whole country now takes a different view with respect to oil drilling as a result, but I don't know whether you can make a clear connection between the two.
I suppose what's absolutely mind-boggling is that we're a coastal nation and yet we just did not seem to be prepared for such a disaster.
Well, that may well be true, as it's been, as will come out at the end of this operation. I think everybody's just head down, focused on the here and the now, not knowing what the weather will do in the next couple of days, and knowing that there's a lot of work to be done from, when was it, probably about Wednesday, Thursday, when the oil came up on the beaches, all the way through from Mōtiti down the coast. Everyone was on high alert, and I suspect they're still the same, but the weather is the key thing here. If more oil comes off in a big way, which is the real big issue, then we're going to have some serious problems. At this point in time, there's sort of a lull, preparing for the storm, I suppose, and I think that our people have done really well to prepare for an exercise should it come to that. Hopefully they'll have that oil off there as soon as possible in the next day or so.
Absolutely. Te riro Flavel, thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Kia ora, Shane.